Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm John Crump, Director of the State of Virginia for GOA and writer for AmmoLand.com, and this is my little YouTube channel. We're back with another Virginia update. I know I'm doing a lot of Virginia-centric stuff, but it's my home state, and stuff is going on that is affecting everywhere, and we are now the ground zero for the gun rights battle. I wanted to talk to you about a couple bills that passed last Friday from the committee, the House Committee of Public Safety. All right, the first one is SB 71. It's a Senate bill that came over. And basically what it does, it expands the gun-free school zones. And what that means is that they made preschools a part of a gun-free school zone. Doesn't seem like that big of a deal until you start realizing that a lot of churches have preschools built in. So if you go to a church that has a built-in preschool, even if the Mass, I'm Catholic, so I say Mass, or you might be some other type of religion, whatever service it is, if there's a preschool going on, even if there's no service going on and the preschool is out, you are still prevented from carrying a firearm on that property. It also expands it to private schools and stuff like that, so if you have a pro-gun private school, it's now a gun-free zone, or it will be. This bill is going to go to the House, and it's expected to pass the full House, but we can still try to sway people, because, look, HB 961, we swayed enough people to kill that for the year. That was the assault weapons ban that went from the House to the Senate. House is a little bit more of a difficult animal to tame because the liberals have a little bit more control over that. Even the left-wing senators in the Senate are a little bit more right-wing. Okay, let's jump on to the next bill. This is SB 173. SB 173. It allows a concealed carry holder to possess a stun gun in their car on school property. So right now in the state of Virginia, if you have a concealed carry permit, you're allowed to store a gun in like a drop-off line. If you're going through a drop-off line to drop off your kid or pick them up and you have a gun on you, as long as it's secured in like the glove box or whatnot, you can have that. You just can't take it out of your car. This basically extends the same rights to stun guns as already is to firearms. Some liberal delegates didn't want this to go through, but this passed. This is actually a good thing. So SB 173 is a win for us. We didn't have very many wins on Friday, so this is definitely one. The next one is SB 70. This is the universal background check bill. This is the one I absolutely hate. But yeah, it sucks. All private transfers have to go through a FFL. This passed the committee. I'm not going to really talk about that much. Everyone just knows what universal background checks are. Universal background checks leads to a gun registration, which leads to gun confiscation. So I was really hoping that this would be defeated, but it doesn't look like it's been defeated. It's going to be defeated. It has now passed the House Public Safety Committee, and it's going to the full House for a vote. It's probably going to pass. Sorry. Just being realistic, just wanted to let everyone know. SB 240 is a gun confiscation law, also known as red flag law or extreme risk protection order. This is really bad because this takes away due process. They say it doesn't because you get a hearing in 14 days where you can get a lawyer and go in and prove your innocence. Well, that's not really due process. A right delayed is a right denied, for one thing. So if you don't have due process at the beginning, you don't have due process along the way. Plus, in the American legal system, we're supposed to have innocent until proven guilty, not guilty until proven innocent. This is ridiculous. It's not as bad as some other laws in other states, so I don't want to be like an extreme alarmist. In other states, anyone, basically a family member or neighbor or roommate, can red flag you. This is a little bit different. To be red flagged, you have to have 2 police officers agree that you need to be red flagged, and then a magistrate has to rule that there's no other way besides to take your firearms. So it's a little bit better than a lot of the other red flag laws around the country, but it's still a red flag law. There's still no due process, and it's still evil, in my opinion, of course. So that's that. SB 479, it adds people to the prohibited persons list with certain types of protective orders that you know, a lot of protective orders you already have to surrender your firearms. This just expands it to basically every protection order. You have to surrender your firearms. Not only you can still carry permit, but the firearms you have in your house. So that is not exactly too kosher with me, because once again, it's not good, and basically a spouse can take out a protective order on another spouse that they're targeting, and then, you know, take them out because they're going to be unarmed. SB 14 bans trigger activators, bump stocks, basically. It's not binary triggers, it's not anything like that. It's bump stocks. They were saying it's not a big deal because our penalties is half as much as on the federal level, and it's already banned on the federal level, so why would anybody care if it's banned on the state level, even if, you know, the penalties were the same, which are not, they're less, blah, blah, blah. But what they don't tell you is right now there's a court case going through the circuit court, and there's a good chance that the bump stock ban is going to be thrown out. If you listen to the questions that the circuit court judges were asking, I would say it's a better than average chance that the bump stock ban is going to be thrown out. So they were trying to say, oh, it's already settled. Another thing that I thought was really, really disingenuous, the Senator Saslaw said that, well, you know, the Supreme Court and no one said that the ban is unconstitutional. Of course, because it hasn't went to the Supreme Court. And the Circuit Court hasn't ruled it's unconstitutional either. It's like, because they haven't given their ruling, and the ruling's probably going to say that the bump stock ban was unconstitutional. So it's a little bit dirty tricks and trying to mislead the public, but, you know, gun grabbers do that. They mislead the public. And that's just what they do. And SB 236 bans, it doesn't ban anything, sorry. There's a voluntary do not sell list. So you can put yourself on the prohibited persons list. You can take yourself off, but it takes 21 days from the time you say, okay, I put myself on, I want to be taken off. Which is like, well, why would you oppose that? You know, it's free will. You know, the person's taking it into their own hands. Here's the thing. To get on there, all you have to do is submit something in writing with a copy of your driver's license, and then you get put on that list. Well, let's say you have a stalker or something that gets a hold of your driver's license, and they want you to be on the prohibited persons list. All they got to do is send a letter in saying, hey, I'm this person. Here's the copy of my driver's license. Put it in that list. So now you're on that list erroneously, and you're not even supposed to be on that list because someone put you on there fraudulently. But here's the thing. You still can't get off it. It still takes 21 days, even if you're on that list by accident or someone maliciously puts you on that list. So that is very, very bad. And then there's SB 35. SB 35 allows localities to designate parks, buildings, and events gun-free zones. So they can designate all the parks in that locality gun-free zone, all the buildings in that locality that's owned by the locality gun-free zones. What they can also do, and this is where it gets kind of scary, is they can designate events gun-free zones. They claim this is due to Charlottesville, but that's ridiculous and not true. What it's to target is events like Lobby Day. At Lobby Day, they made the Capitol Square a gun-free zone. So the 6,000 people that was in the Capitol Square couldn't carry a firearm, but everywhere around them could. But what this bill says is the adjacent streets are also gun-free zones. So what that would do is saying, oh, if you're in Capitol Square, you can't carry a gun, but guess what? All the streets around Capitol Square, you can't carry a gun there either. Delegate Levine wanted to expand it and make any park with an easement from a locality a gun-free zone too, or let localities designate those gun-free zones. That would mean any park with an easement, which is basically every park, privately owned park in the Commonwealth, that would make that a gun-free zone, and that's not cool. That's taking away property rights because the county doesn't own that, or the locality doesn't own that park. That's a private property, but since they have an easement, that's giving them control over that, and that's the violation of property rights, and well, along with your Second Amendment rights, of course. So it's going to be a tough fight to fight these in the full house. All these go to the full house, which most or all will probably pass unless we put on massive pressure. So I'm begging you, I'm pleading with you once again, if you're in Virginia, use the Find My Representative link below and contact your representatives in the House and tell them you oppose all these bills vehemently, with the exception of SB 173, of course, the stun gun bill. But all the rest, oppose it vehemently. Not only that, in the Senate, they voted against the 3% annual raise for sheriffs and sheriff's deputies, and they did that because they said that they don't think that sheriffs should get that because they're not enforcing the unconstitutional gun laws that there is. And there's a bill coming up next year that's saying that they're going to take away the pensions if they don't, which is for 80% of their pensions, which is crazy. So please contact your representatives. Like, comment, and subscribe to me. I got a Patreon link. You can always hook me up a little bit of that. Give it a big thumbs up, ring that bell, as the kids like to say. And I will be seeing you in a couple days. We've got a lot of cool guests coming up on Fireside Chats and a lot more of these informational videos, not only for Virginia, but we're going to be doing it for other states as well. And I think it's really cool that we are, because it's getting the information out there and people seem to really like it. At least that's the feedback I'm getting. If you have any comments about any of these laws, or if you want me to speak about anything else, see this link in the description below. And one more thing, if you're in Fauquier County, there is a big 2A rally in Fauquier County going on next Saturday. Like Eric from Morocco 888 and some other people are going to be there. Maj, a bunch of people. Go ahead and check it out. It's in Fauquier County on February 29th. 2020 if you're watching this in the future. February 29th. We'll be in Fauquier County. I'll be speaking, and a bunch of people will be speaking. You can get some GOA swag. We're going to have a bunch of GOA swag there and stuff like that. So that's going to be really, really cool. And CPAC's coming up starting Friday. So, yep. We will be back with an episode probably Tuesday, if not sooner. But yeah, this is John Crump, and thank you for watching. And remember, the Second Amendment right is the only right that cannot be taken away. You can only give it away. So don't give away yours. Protect that right, because that right protects all the other rights. All right, thank you and have a good day.